Become a part of one of the fastest growing Magic the Gathering communities today, Heroes and Legends. Check out the description below to see 2 ways to support the channel. The first is Patreon, where you can get an exclusive Heroes and Legends Classic Art token. See our Patreon page for full details. Or you can explore our Amazon affiliate store, which collects and organizes some of the best MTG deals on Amazon. If you make any purchases from any Amazon sellers through these links, a small percentage will come back to support the channel. Thank you to everyone that makes this channel and its content possible. Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends, and today we have an Amonkhet leak to take a look at. Now, this was posted on a message board last night, and I didn't do a video yesterday evening on this because I wanted a little time to research this and think about it a little bit, and also see what other folks said about it on the message board, if anyone else did any research and came up with anything. There are a couple red flags that felt like this could be fake to me, but there's other things that make it feel very real. Obviously, it's a new version of a split card, as you can see there. We'll take a closer look at the picture in a few moments. It's also a Portuguese language card. I do have a translation for it, so again, we'll look at that in a second. But just to give you the history here behind this card, showed up last night. The first red flag that I had was the actual posting itself. It just seemed a little odd to me. It was posted from someone who doesn't typically post on Magic message boards. They put this photo up and asked for a translation and just simply said, "My friend opened this in a Modern Masters 3-pack. That's my source." That was it. They were gone. They didn't say anything else. They didn't engage in any conversation. They didn't thank the person that came up with the translation. Nothing. Just straight up gone. Now, a couple things are weird about that. Not necessarily that this card showed up in a Modern Masters pack. That type of thing has happened quite frequently in the past. It's been about a year, maybe a little more than a year, I think, since I've heard of this. But it used to happen all the time, like every set for a while. And it was a conspiracy theory that WotC was doing it on purpose. Mark Rosewater came out and said that, well, we're printing 2 sets in the same place, using the same machines. Sometimes one of the cards gets stuck in the hopper, and then it gets cut loose from the hopper, and it falls into the wrong pack. Now, there is damage on the top right-hand corner of this card, as you can see in the photo, so maybe it got stuck in a hopper. That could be possible. So that's a whole story for another day, but this type of thing has happened before. That part's not unusual. What's unusual to me is the person didn't engage in any more conversation. Typically, when this happens, the person that pulled it will just go ahead and post it, or maybe if it happened at a game store in a draft or something, friends have seen it and there'll be multiple witnesses and there'll be some other posts on the board. It just seems a little strange that there was so much radio silence. Like, the person that pulled it never came onto the board and said, "My friend posted it for me." No one came back to say thanks for the translation or discuss it. Or a lot of times when these are pulled, people just simply say, "What is this? Someone explain this to me." And again, there's dialogue. There's no dialogue. The second thing that was a little strange to me was the numbering. 210 of 269. Now, in the past, when Wizards has done split cards, if they're monocolored split cards, they end up in the appropriate color. In this case, it would be white, so it would be at the front of the set, not at the end. Now, multicolor split cards could be at the end because they're in multicolors. However, nothing says they can't change that formula. It's just what they've done in the past is a little inconsistent with what we're seeing with this card. Other than those 2 things, I mean, this looks pretty legit. I mean, you got a card that's a photo of an actual card, it looks like. It's tilted a little bit. I couldn't easily find the art assets anywhere online. It's credited to Noah Bradley, as you can see at the bottom there, but you never know with those things. A lot of times it's easy to find a card that is a counterfeit because when you go online and you just search for a particular art piece, you can find that art piece relatively easy. I could not find it. Not to say it's not out there, but I couldn't find it. It's tilted a little bit, which makes it a little harder to Photoshop. Not impossible, though. So, I don't know. I'll leave it up to y'all to think if this is real or fake. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But let's talk about the actual mechanics of the card real quick. The card's called Dusk Dawn, so I'm assuming they're doing something like From Dusk Till Dawn with these cards. And the Dusk side, which is the top part, 2 white and 2 sorcery, destroy all creatures with power greater or equal to 3. Dawn, 2 white and 3 sorcery, and has the keyword consequence. Cast the spell only from your graveyard, then exile it. Return all creature cards with power less than or equal to 2 from your graveyard to your hand. So a couple things about it. First off, I mean, the design, obviously, if this is for real, is a little jarring. A lot of people actually said on the message board it felt ugly. And it's not symmetrical. I mean, that's unusual for Magic card, right? I mean, Magic cards, whether they're flip cards or split cards or transform cards. I mean, there's always a symmetry to them. This does not have any symmetry to it. It feels really weird to look at. I mean, the more you look at it, I'm sure you get used to it, but it feels really strange, like two things almost cut and pasted together. And I think that's going to bother a lot of people, quite honestly, because Magic cards really should be beautiful, right? In a certain way with the art and everything. When the art gets collapsed like this, I don't find that very appealing, and I'm a little surprised that they would go back to that type of design because they did that before in the flip cards, and it really looked weird. It didn't look good, I don't think, by collapsing the art. But anyway, I think the reason if they did do this may have just simply been to find a way to make Flashback a little more user-friendly. And what this design could do for you, when this card's in your hand and you want to play the Dusk part, you just hold it like a regular Magic card. You see the top of the card. When it goes to your graveyard, you could actually turn it, and then the Dawn part would be sticking out of your graveyard, and you would remember it's there. So that brings up a couple questions. Will there be a rule saying when this goes to your graveyard, you have to turn these sideways so that your opponent can see them as well, not just simply as a reminder for yourself? And if that's the case, will that cause any problems? Will people forget to do that quite frequently, at least for a while? I don't know. Secondly, though, I do like that. If that's what they're going for here, I think that's a cool idea because we've all forgotten Flashback cards are in our graveyard. As a matter of fact, I did a gameplay video the other day and my opponent forgot Lingering Souls was in their graveyard and never cast it again. So it happens. This is a great way to really just kind of put all the cards out where you can see them as far as either the player or even the opponent, depending on how they want to craft the rule. And I don't think it's a bad idea at all. It does look really strange though. And I don't know if I like the overall look because again, mostly because the art is really compromised, I think, in this type of card frame. But there you have it. The card itself's interesting. I mean, you get yourself a 4 mana board wipe, conditional, of course, which is better than what we have been seeing in recent years, probably. And the Dawn side is a nice complement to what you're doing. It's only 1 more mana than the Dusk side, so it doesn't feel like it's going to be a really long time before you could potentially cast this as long as you have targets for it. So, again, I think it's interesting design. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on all of this. Do you think this card's for real? Do you think it's fake? If it is real, do you like it? Do you like the design? Does the design bother you, but you like the mechanic, or vice versa? Love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, hey, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible by the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.